the street. That's where we'll meet. This is important. I probably should break it up into 2 or 3 videos because there's that much content here. I'll get to the. This is the biggest story in the world. This should be the lead story. I can't believe it's not being reported. All the vloggers, media, alternative media, this is the biggest story on earth. Why? Because it proves the incredible cover-up. Cesium-137 being caught at 500 becquerels per kilogram in fish this week. 9 kilometers off the coast of Japan. That's not a big deal. Oh, that's the biggest story. It just proves this incredible cover-up of the greatest crime in human history. You know how high those levels are? You eat a fish like that, it will kill you. Yeah, it will give you, you'll have leukemia within weeks. Well, fish swim. Breaking news, Chester moves left to right. So, speaking of fish. So, this is for all these phony Greenpeace, Sierra Club, Friends of the Earth who fucking radically betrayed us. All they are is fundraising apparatuses. And I know, I've talked to them all. So Tim Martin and I have been doing all this dirty fucking work on the salmon counts up and down the fucking coast. So the Jedediah Smith, the river, the California River, the Rowdy Hatchery, that giant hatchery, is run by the natives. Now I don't want to butcher pronouncing their name. We finally got a hold of them today. We talked to them. Now this is important. There's no dams on that river. It's the only river. No dams. No dams. So we talked to them today. So they said the Army Corps of Engineers let us borrow their sonar in 2010, 2011, 2009. So we know what the exact number was, and we know what got into the hatchery. We know passed through, and our hatchery number, we keep good count. How many? Those 3 years, between 15 and 20,000 each year. 2021, these are stillhead who go to sea 1 year. They go twice. They're called half panders the first time they come back. 1 to 2 years is their cycle. 100. 100 from between 15 and 20,000. There's no dams! So, we asked in the Post-Ignorance Army, Tim, Martin, myself, what do you think it is? Well, the ocean's hot, but do you ever think maybe that it's Fukushima? God, it never really crossed my mind, but whoa. Well, no dams. You go from 20,000 to 100, then he says, well, it's widespread up and down the whole coast. You think? So Cuomo, Status King Cuomo, needs to be investigated. 3 different women have come forward on sexual freaking inappropriate. That violates you. But the fact that he stole $7.6 billion and gave to the nuclear reactors in New York. They were closed. They were done. 9 Mile Island, 3 times worse than 3 Mile Island. Fitzpatrick, Yana, all gone, done, over with. They looted, stole, didn't go to the taxpayer, just stole from the New York City taxpayer $7.6 billion. As New York City, the city that never sleeps, oh, they're a fucking sleep. It's the biggest fucking, the mob pizza they call it, go door to door. I thought they ran those fuckers out. So, the fish, I thought, well, everybody's going to grab onto this story today. It's a gigantic story. Only be reported by Chinese media and Japanese media. These fish, multiple fish, were caught and they're tested, and this is just what they're telling us. And there's a giant agenda to lie, but they're telling us 500 becquerels per kilogram. What's the legal limit in Japan? 100. That's after they raised it 10 times. The legal limit in 2011 was 10. 10, so it's 50 times over. The legal in the United States, Well, there is no legal limits now. Obama raised it multiple times. Trump just plain got rid of it. And you're all caught up in social. I mean, it's amazing. So the Jedediah Smith, by the way, the Jedediah Smith, in Petersfield, Ogden, here in Ogden, Fort Benaventura, Brownsville, fucking. Why are all these fucking cities? And by the way, Peter Skin Ogden never set foot in Ogden, Utah. Was one of the evilest mass murderers there ever. They said he used to like to chop up the fucking bodies when he would kill them. Jedediah Smith, the Ashley 100, they just ran an ad in fucking Missouri and come out here and they just slaughtered and maimed, and we named everything after him. Jim Bridger and his 7 wives. So the Jedediah Smith has no fucking dams. I'll post. You call him yourself. Talk to him. He says we've got about 100. He says it's the worst it's ever been by 1,000,000 times. What was the number in 2010, 2011? He says, well, the Army Corps of Engineers borrowed sonar, so we counted them across, but we knew the number in the hatchery, between 15 and 20,000. Well, what do you think it is? Don't know. Don't know. Well, you think maybe it could be Fukushima? God, I never even thought of that. Well, the ocean's awful warm. Well, guess what? Nuclear meltdowns, they're hot, hot. And there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that COVID is a mutation. Now, you think about it. Okay, I want to run this through your mind. So you catch these fish right now. They have 500, minimum, 500 becquerels of Cesium-137. Cesium-137 is man-made, and I'll explain again. Cesium-137 only comes from one place. Half-life's 30 years. Is nuclear fission event in a reactor and or a bomb. How does it come about? It comes about, uranium natural from the earth is uranium-238. Oh, that's natural. No, that's not. By the way, it's interesting because right now there's a big investigation about the, uranium enrichment old plant in Cincinnati poisoning people and killing people. The uranium enrichment facility in Paducah, Kentucky. The uranium enrichment facility in Illinois that's still being used that actually caught fire. The major giant one at the Great Weasel Nation in Toronto, Canada. So they mine, just take out incredible swaths. They love to do it on, speaking of Jedediah Smith, Jim Bridger, Peter Skin Ogden. Oh my God. The Ashley 100, the, Rocky Mountain Fur Company, mass murdering killers. They love to put these uranium mines on reservations. Swath out ungodly amounts, but then they take it. They centrifuge it. They gas it. They spin it. Ungodly, tons and tons and tons of it. The centrifugal force creates an energy where it starts to separate. And they move into the inner wall of the centrifugal force, and then they gas it. It starts to become active. Then they collide together. That's where the atom is split. It produces a thing called a free radical. Free radicals, Cesium-130, oh yeah. Strontium-90, oh yeah. Plutonium, which I've named this vapor and this gas off these 3 suns. Never happened at Mayak. Never happened at 3 Mile Island. Never happened at Santa Susana. Never happened at the Idaho National Lab. Never happened at Chernobyl. These are 3 full-blown out suns. They're boiling the Pacific. Hell of a way to boil the Pacific Ocean, and everybody's fucking 7.3 billion sheep. Let them get away with it. This is the great, my tide pool work proves all this. So, you catch those fish, you freeze them, you send them to the Wuhan market. They thaw out, a bat eats them. Then, somebody eats bat. Oh yeah, the bat eaters eat the bat. Why bats? Because they have the highest immune system on Earth. No, second. That'd be the crabs, bottom feeders. Don't you think it's an irony? The blue blood crabs in the Chesapeake is what saves you. That's what they make the medicine out of. It's the most important medicine in the world. Yet they don't even protect them. They draw it out and put them back in. Horseshoe, it was a horseshoe bat. The horseshoe crab. The ironies are unbelievable. So, you don't think COVID came from a mutation from Fukushima? Of course it did. Oh, it did. Oh, you don't think 3 full blown out meltdowns, the energy pushing it? I mean, 3 suns? They sent robots into these cores. China syndrome, which I named Delmar Argentina syndrome, which I've named Russia syndrome because it's in the Russian, you know about the Russian trench? Right there, Fukushima runs around, everything washed up, dead there. Everything. Acutely. Huh. I told you Greenpeace wouldn't get back to you because Greenpeace, Sierra Club, Held and Kattegat, Arnie Gundershield works for the nuclear industry. So does Chris Busby. The rest of them, they're fundraising. Helen Caldicott told me right to my face. Fukushima scares her investors. Greenpeace told me right to my face. Fukushima scares their investors. They're nothing more than fundraising apparatus. And here I am, don't even have a car. Been a long day, I can tell you that. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, I run into a friend, he says, oh my God, you know, you beat leukemia? I says, yeah, then my aortic valve failed, I had open heart surgery. Oh my God, I heard about that. And then my gallbladder ruptured. Jumping through tide pools with a failed aortic valve. That's all I can do to keep waiting for you. I can't believe this path, to be honest with you. So, uranium-238 natural, they centrifuge turns into uranium-235. That's what they pack those rods with. They're hot. Use them up until they get a little bit weaker. They stay active forever. Got to keep them in spent fuel pools. They're all blown to fucking hell. This is the biggest story in the fucking world by 1,000,000 times. Because it proves they're fucking lying. It proves it's all a fucking lie. They're using the homeless, the distraught, refugees, children. They've killed fucking tens of thousands of fucking workers. The Christian, I mean, even the Pope made a statement. The Japanese Christians have went in. They're finding urns by the hundreds and thousands all over Japan to say on the urn, person's name unknown, Fukushima worker. Thousands of them. That just shows you, again, what a lie this country. Jedediah Smith, no fucking dams. Then you're still going to fucking say, blow up the dams to save them, they're dying at sea. Fukushima, hell of a way to boil a planet. Send in robots that can handle 20,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Try to get towards these cores, they melt. This is such smoking gun evidence. There's just ongoing catastrophe from hell. You know, if these fish have it, they all have it. You know, you're just being lied to. That's all it's been. 10 years of just incredible fucking murder. And I mean, this is mass murder. Tide pools collapsed in 2011. Oh, coincidence. Fucking salmon collapsed. Again, I just told you the numbers. They're down 99%. Anchovies and sardines down 9%. Whales fucking were on the increase until 2012. They've collapsed acutely, epically. Cancer rates have soared, gone psychotic. How about, well, then we get COVID. How about the fires, the heat bubble, which I all predicted all of that. It's going to cause a heat bubble. The storms fucking rise up left to right. That original map that I had coming out of my mouth is exactly where the heat bubble was. Western. Oh, the Great Historic Western Drought. Look it up. Started in 2011. Another coincidence. It's all coincidence. Yet they're testing fish. This is the Japan Fishing Coalition. 500 becquerels. Cesium 137. Cesium, you know, strontium 90, fucking plutonium, you know, 239, 240, fucking, which I call the gas and the vapors coming off these is something new. I call it plutonium. It's not a joke. None of this is a fucking joke. I got cancer. Fall of 2011. Went into the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. I was a millionaire. I was uninsured. It's been a 10-year incredible and fucking unbelievable fucking fight. Unbelievable. The cover-up, Obama and fucking Trump. So, 500 becquerels. The Japanese legal limit's 100, and that's after they raised it 10 times. The legal limit in 2011 was 10 becquerels. The legal limit in the U.S. is about the same thing. Obama raised the legal limit 4 times. 4 separate times, and he raised it by over 100 times. But then Trump come in, him and a bee got together, and They got rid of legal limits. There are no fucking legal limits. So, just like when the fucking fur traders came out here west, slaughter all the natives. Just mass murder them and you're okay off that. You need to change the name of Ogden, Utah. You need to change the name of all of them. Jedi fucking Smith. Fucking killer. Fucking all of them. No dams. None. Zero. From between 15 and 20,000 in 2011, steelhead salmon to 100. Catastrophe. It is the peat bubble of the Western United States, which I call Fukushima. Look, it's a plasma. It's a gas that comes off these cores and pushes into the ocean. It's hot. The storms rise up. The pine tree, it's like this. It's like chemo. When you get chemo, you get too much, you die. You don't get enough, you fucking die. You got to fighting fire with fire. Pine tree stores radiation from the sun. You ever lit one on fire? The needles. I believe this tribe is one of the most genocided tribe, and I'm going to post the link to them of them all. I mean, they were just slaughtered in mass murder. I think Aisha might have been, I think his brain's still the Smithsonian. Remember when they stuffed them all? Bill Gates, his granddaddy, cut down the totem poles, pass out the smallpox blankets, kill them, stuff them. Name their rivers, Jedediah Smith, Ogden, Jim Bridger, fucking Ashley. Oh, how about James Freeman? Oh, fuck, that fucking evil killer. I can go on and on and on. Kit Carson. Oh, fuck. They were murderers, mass murderers. Why would they stop at the ocean? What? It's over in Japan. Who do you think after the fucking war? By the way, I get into the Prince Harry thing. I'm going to do a whole video on the Prince Harry thing. He's our chance to break this. He knows London Liz killed his mommy. Oh, he knows. So, the same inbred royal family who owns all the nuclear energy, including Bill Gates. Look up Jeff Bezos' granddaddy. Operation Paperclip on chemo. None of this is conspiracy. None of it. It's just cold, hard facts. So they do the DNA swap. The Russian royal family, Anastasia and her brothers, Nicholas. Worldwide DNA. Who's the closest match? Who's the heir to the royal family? Tsar Putin thinks he is. Closest match? Prince Harry. Look it up. So, no dams. Cesium 137, 500 becquerels in the fish caught this week. The most deadly of them all. This fucking, it's not man, I mean, it's all man-made. All man-made. Again. Uranium-238 comes from the fucking earth. They centrifuge. What a nasty, ugly, deadly process that is. It's called uranium-235. The process, by centrifuging, creates free radicals. All the said fucking evil killer strontium-90 will get in your heart and kill you so fucking fast. Plutonium. Oh. Cesium-137 is probably the most deadly of them all. As I've been saying the whole time, stay tuned. Man, 7.3 billion fucking sheep. Media, marine biologists, scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled, they're perplexed. All my historic work. Talk about historic. 7.3 billion people, including Status King, Cuomo, Bank bailed on chemo, fucking Utah bailed them out, fucking Connecticut bailed them out, Illinois bailed out the nuclear energy crime syndicate. These mass murdering fucking killers. The greatest event in human history. The Fukushima fucking meltdown, that's second. The greatest event in human history is the cover-up of this said event. Status King, Cuomo, fucking Trump, best fucking bosom fucking nuclear energy buddies. Trump, if you get in a car wreck, you don't stop driving. To Kevin Blanche. Kevin Blanche to Trump. You do if it fucking kills you. And this one's a fucking waiting for the main event. Oh, deadly. This is the biggest story on the face of the fucking earth. Deadly. Deadly. Oh, by the way, Hanford. Another 27 billion fucking loot job. Price Anderson. Thank you everybody who supported this historic work. I need a fucking car. I don't need some old beat up piece of shit. So it's all I can do to keep waiting for you. Yeah, that's the cars. He died young of fucking this brutal disease. 500 becquerels of Cesium 137 in the fish. Caught 9 miles off. Breaking news, fish swim. Jet stream. What a sad thing. What a sad time. Stay in tune it.